Hey guys, all the way with Alloway here with the filmmaker and cast of the film Life After Beth. If you guys want to go down the line and talk about your role in the film.
I'm Gray Gubler. I play Kyle Orthman.
I'm Molly Shannon. I play Jeannie Slocum.
I'm Jeff Baena. I wrote and directed the movie.
I'm Cheryl Hines and I play Judy.
And I'm Paul Reiser, and we play the parents of Dane DeHaan. See, because the real two stars are not here. We don't allow them here.
Dane DeHaan and Aubrey Plaza.
And Molly and John C. Reilly play the parents of
We're
Aubrey.
also Matthew's parents.
That's right.
We don't talk about that as much.
So Jeff, you wrote this script years ago.
Right.
And I'm curious how it sort of became resurrected. I know that Aubrey's agents got a hold of it. So tell me about the snowball effect of how it came back to life.
Yeah, so she had just finished a movie, and I think she was looking at a hiatus on Parks and Rec. So she was wondering if there was any scripts out there that would appeal to her. She looked through some stuff, she didn't like it, and she asked her agents if there's anything else out there. And one of her agents represents Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And when I first wrote it, Joseph Gordon-Levitt wanted to be in it, and so he remembered that script, and he said, "Whatever happened to that script?" She goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." So she talked to me about it. I let her read it, and then she decided that that's something she definitely wanted to do. I completely was in heaven. I mean, she's perfect for it. And after that, we just came up with a game plan. The first person we went after was John C. Reilly. We got him, and then John recommended Molly. We got her, and one of my closest friends is a manager who represents Dane, and so we got him. And then first choice was Paul and Cheryl, and I pretty much everyone I wanted.
Just checking the boxes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So was it a conscious decision to cast mostly comedians, or all of you guys have sort of worked with comedy, except for Dane, but I thought he did a great job. But was that a choice?
Yeah, that was definitely a choice. Well, Gubler actually hasn't done a lot of comedy, but I know he's funny, and I just know he's funny. But everyone else is a comedian or a comic actor, and I just thought in order to sort of pull off the tone that we were going for, you can only achieve that if it's grounded. And in order to achieve that, you need to have the main actor or the protagonist be a dramatic actor instead of a comedian who's looking for the jokes in the lines, like he's looking for the truth in the moments, and that's how you sell it. So yeah, it was a foregone conclusion from even when I wrote it that the main character's not funny. Like, he's dealing with funny situations, but I mean, maybe he says some things like when he's being manic or he's out of control, but none of it is either ironic or self-aware or it's jokey. It's all pretty sincere, and so you need someone who's earnest in order to pull it off.
So specifically for your character being the mom of Beth, how do you sort of ground or justify that love for her?
Oh my gosh, well, I think I am a mother in real life, and I feel like as a mother in my real life, I would do anything for my children. I would jump in front of a car to stop. And I think I just thought of that, playing the mom to Beth, that I would, give her my fingers to eat for my baby, that I will do anything. And that her pain is my pain. When she's hurt, I feel pain in that same area where she's bleeding. So I just thought about that stuff the same way I would be toward my children.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not arbitrary. It's not like some random, monster that's walking down the street. It's someone that you love and have a deep connection with, who came back, which is all you'd ever want. Like someone that you died and loved, they came back.
She's my baby. And it's also something too, like I remember in real life when my dad was dying, I was just in denial, like, no. And they had to tell me, he's dying. And I just couldn't accept it. So in the same way, in the scene where I say, it's it, she's resurrected, that's it, she's back. Like, I don't give a shit about science, I don't know, but she is alive. And let's, please, no question, my baby's back. So it's just about love for me.
So did you guys do any improv? There's specific scenes that I'm like, you guys had to, when Dane first sees that, Aubrey's come back to life and you guys are all yelling at each other, I'm like, there had to be some play, some improv that you guys experimented with.
There's some, like the herpetologist line. John made that one up. Yeah, there's definitely improv. Like, I wasn't like strict about the script, but a lot of that was written. I'd say the majority of it was written. There's like maybe a couple lines here and there that we would let them go. For instance, Paul had we talked about this earlier. Paul had a whole scene with Gary Marshall where I was just like, catch up, it's been a while, and they just went off. I mean, it's two comedic geniuses just going crazy with each other, and I'm sure Paul grew up with Gary Marshall as somewhat of an influencer.
For sure.
Yeah, so there was like a deeper emotional thing going on there with Paul actually looking up to Gary Marshall and connecting with him for the first time and meeting him. So
But Jeff was very generous with that. I mean, the script was so specific, and Jeff had such a clear vision of the movie he wanted. But within that, on any given day, he said, "Why don't you play around?" And we're sitting around the dinner scene. Guys, just make up some. It doesn't matter what. We're just talking about something.
Provolone cheese.
It was all. He was very non-precious about his work, which was great fun.
Well, there's so many moments where I just kept thinking, I want to see the outtakes of this because you guys were so serious about it. But I'm like, any second we yell cut, they burst out laughing. I know it happened. So tell me about some of those fun moments.
Are they on the DVD?
Yeah, we should put that on.
I know there's like a particular sequence that I think is gonna be amazing. When Dane goes into Gubler's room and apologizes for his behavior, and they're both in their underwear.
I noticed that.
Love
Yeah,
that.
That was the most
That
fun
was
shoot.
at the end of that scene, we always had like a little bit of a tail on it that didn't make it into the movie. But Gubler always did some other random activity, like he was either like started doing push-ups or he started doing like sit-ups or he started like playing with nunchucks. And we probably have like we started doing. We ended. I don't know if you noticed, but that was all in one take.
Yeah.
So we didn't end up cutting it all, but so we didn't have an opportunity to really get into there. But if maybe for the DVD, like it's insane.
That was a really fun night.
Yeah.
We shot so much, and the joke is the only thing we used was that first take of the master in one.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the rest. Well, put them on.
Well, they all were good. It was just not like how often do you get
No, that was
one
great.
take that there's no problem. I mean, I'm sure there's problems to some people, but for me it seemed pretty much perfect.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So, who's been at Sundance before? I know you have another film, Whiplash, which was amazing, let me just tell you. But what's it like sharing this movie here? Have you guys been here before?
I've been here before, and this has been extraordinarily, I don't know what the word, joyful, because it's nice that everybody's here, and it feels, and everybody is fun and smart.
It's easy to come and talk about something that was a fun, rewarding experience for us.
I think it speaks to Jeff, your casting, in the sense that I feel like everyone's really different, but from the same world. And
Yeah,
so,
like we've been like
yeah.
hanging out doing these like Q&As across the boards. It was all good people, like from the crew all the way to the cast. Like there was just everyone you want to hang out with, and you just like them. They're just all good people.
Well, congrats, guys.
Thanks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Fun
so
movie.
much.